Therefore, near her for me church will be our basso. While basso no senior Danny Dana and Munim Namoyen no I share page no. Ama sign and sa akambi. Into our basso be a senior Danny Dana and Moyen no. Free Adolfo Power bra Akunyana so. Yen share a nyoma a bit me. I near can't follow my Ghana. Tiwa Wabasono, it will be Biasi. Tibaso Penoa Senabo, Adolfo so, and said to me, Akabi Obaswa, Senya Dani Danino, Moyano, Oshea at the Adolfo Bede, Ebebaso, Kidratu, Mohammed, Rahimi, She. Nefa Adolfo Ebraso wa wonya mas no adoma eno adoma sa Benjamin Kobe bini minim se mo aba no mo bema Adolfo ensa aka video no na omo soso etimi ajoin na senya da yesi ye no ye di nkomo na ya kire ya adwen afa enioma ekoso Ghana eho no meni asa oba na ma odin anye bo apae. So I say, all those who come afterwards, no, it's not maybe intentional. Say, I have some special people, I mention their name anytime I come live. It's not like that. So if you want me to mention your name, you try to be among the few people who comment, like Penny Costando, Richie, Abed Dihea, Jonathan, Mabel, Nana Amisa, Grant. Let me try to mention a few names and then Opoku Ransford, Kobe Bini, Eno Adomasa, Kidiratu, yes, Kidiratu, and all those who come after us, no. Intermittently, we'll try to fix some other individual's name in there so that we spice up the conversation. Intiminia, I'm a Nyavi Steven, Michio Bibia, Kosone share page, no. Memma interaction and conform. Yes, sir, they will limit the views, no. Oh, hey, intimanen kosrusa. Just keep your comments in and like the video. Fafa Dito and all those who come. Precious Precious Cardi. Michio Bibia, I feel no, young Koyanim. I won't dear Ursula Owusu Betna Hoye, no, she was able to blame everyone but herself. Ursula Owusu press na obeye ye no obebo obi asobo but ono no de wa amon ho sobo. And now one who the boss no of the NIA no Oka. I don't know if you are privy to the NIA boss, Professor Kenatefa. So ye bani be catch you say aban we no the inconsistency even within their own camp no is unheard of. Now, I'm not going to belabor your ears. I'm not going to bore you guys with the stuff you already know. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to reiterate what the preacher man said to them on this faithful, the recently passed Sunday, you know. Asem no omoko kan or catch omo asori dem ho no. Many a share page, you know, cause one engage on platform ni so. Cause one engage on mami. Na page no emfronko enrechi me mama ma na ntemma fom what you say monko so na mon share page no na montie the preacher man no e ka kire wo mo na afi yemfa substantive we say no emma me so so fama mo.
MPP party talks about we have a man. If you have a man without unity, you don't have the mind. Listen. Listen. Because if the men are there and they are not united, they will not give you their brains. The party will suffer and the nation will suffer. They will sit down and watch. They want someone to fail. for them to take the baton. But you that want to, let me tell you, if the group fail, if the nation fail, you have failed. Maybe you called a wrong person to speak today. The Greek word for division is not what we are saying. The Greek word for division is not party, it's not groupings. It's the Greek word is you tear apart. If the party in power is not united, the country will suffer.
Minia, yes, say, did you see their faces? Eh? The way na omo ana sofo no kasa che omo anim. And not sure say they know deep down within themselves say things are not right. Things don't add up. They know omo nim. Inconsistency or aban women are too much. Adentia enyansafo no a osofo ne katre wo mo no omote ho e na omo hwe. So the decision enyansafo na fa ne say hey mu be failure my ye party ni nyina ya ka say ye failure na we don't care, and this is what is going on. This is what is going on. Mini anom ne adofo me say ye ma ha say me go bi animo ase opanyi bi a wafa Ghana politics mu na oso opese oye politician o Ghana ho no wa bone bra wa ware owo ne yere owo ne ma enye me interest ne say obi abone bra duru baabi na ye kofa ntro abehye nipa no, but se wo see obefa oman na so die ato ho so a ye wo nyoma bi wo ho so a ewo se wo hwe na wo ye ya wo noma bi wo ho a ewo se wo hwe na wo ye na no ene be ma menya fa wodie wo a wote wo a wo beka se ena wo papa de no ya me se me papa me kanche Ghana for say mommo no finance minister ana momma no assemblyman de ne papa ese onim nyansa se me papa no ono ne de na to ade na no enti se me papa anko ye na wo papa koye ye no o ya de boni a wo se ye wo papa ntimi ye nka na asem afi no me ba be bo Ursula Owusu video no me wia na ma bo Professor Kenatefa interviewer oye no TV3 na ye hwe this in a friend say discrepancies are ewo inconsistencies are ewo nkofo no minu no omo aban ba kunimo no we say September ewo so obi anya ne card we nso say by September no ye ntimi nwie card ne ma emfa ma obi a enti senior Ursula Owusu ye ka kire no na wanti ase a or yes say by March ewo so obi a register ne card a obi ntimi an register o shutu date no I know edu wasan shutu edeko September no me say e be di 20 years kra no onyanye nwie ade ye process no they want to use to make it an event. Ade no a process e kwan na was ye faso mini abrakofi mechiao Erica Modro enti wa wabaso no Mr. Koswa na de ne share page no why mumwa na mun share page na page no emfrum rechi what I say mon nyire mo ho na mumwa na page no mfru enru rechi na ye hu se ekwan mu eda honom Ursula Owusu in the comment no way. Oh, the comment in okay.
There was a 90% difference as soon as the first deadline was extended on 21st March. Until a week ago, there were no queues at any registration center. People started rushing to register when they realized that the deadline was imminent after going to sleep when it was extended. About 50% of those who have completed the first stage of the process have not concluded the second stage. They have linked their SIMs to the Ghana card, and so that cannot be attributed to Ghana card challenges. I've also been informed that some people who have obtained quick loans from their service providers have decided not to register.
Eba, mesambo video no dia chemo na. Eba.
There was a 90% difference as soon as the first deadline was extended. People who have obtained quick loans from their service providers have decided not to register their SIMs to avoid repaying those loans. That is evil corruption, and you will be found out. The MNOs, network operators, and the NCA, and I dare say the NIA too, have all engaged additional staff, procure the necessary logistics, and are incurring significant expenses to conduct this exercise successfully. Any extension of the process increases their costs. Upon consultation with the industry and in view of the challenges enumerated above, I have very reluctantly decided to grant a final conditional extension. The program will, and I'm choosing my words carefully, the program will be extended to 30th September to end on the anniversary of its commencement. That will give us 1 full year of SIM registration. It will be reviewed at the end of this month, and any SIM that has not been fully registered by the end of August will be barred from receiving certain services, including voice and data services.
So, asem we na obekan yo. Afi yenhwe omo a nipa no a woda NIA honom no oda no no a just ono ma o card ansa no akoye SIM registration no yenti di ono nso ka mo sorry a mo ti ho na mama nkofo de mo adwen di agro mo nti di ono nso ka Professor Kenatifa or hefa.
But we're going to do more, but the expectation, we just have to put it in context. The expectation is not fair that NIA can finish giving every Ghanaian who desires to have a card by the 31st, by the 30th of September. It is not possible to do that, but we will continue to expand the opportunities for those who want to, those who are desirous of getting it before that deadline to do so. We cannot guarantee that everyone will have it, but we can guarantee that we'll put our best foot forward in order to serve the people as a responsive and responsible state.
New September 30th deadline. Is it consistent with the plans and schedule of you, the National Education Authority, that by the end of September 30, all the issues that people had with the correction of their names, those who had married and they still had their maiden names on their cards, all of those things would have been corrected before September 30 and nobody would have any issues?
Yeah, more like a page, you know. More like a page.
Oh, no, it cannot be. And and let's take our time and go through that, please. NIA was not set up with a specific deadline, say the 31st of March or the 31st of July or the 30th of September. NIA is an institution set up to exist in perpetuity. What that means is that we are to deliver our mandate pretty much the same way that you have a hospital or a maternity ward, that people go there as and when they need to. The law required NIA to set up, to conduct a mass registration exercise in order to populate the national identity database with a critical mass of Ghanaians. That's the long answer. The short answer is NIA was not designed like that.
Absolutely.
NIA, I keep saying, it's like expecting that a maiden will make a baby 3 times a year just because she's strong. That's not how it works.
I see.
We will do that.
Great. And I appreciate the detailed explanation that you gave. I asked that question specifically because there's a deadline that has been communicated. That's number one. Secondly, there are people who are encountering these challenges, which you acknowledge, right? And so and for as long as this Ghana card remains the only source document for the re-registration of the SIM, if by this said deadline, these people are not able to correct the errors and all the other related issues, they would not be able to go through the registration of their SIM, and they would now be subjected to punitive measures as the minister has announced. So that's why I asked you that question.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate that, and I'm grateful for the question and for the opportunity to answer. But I just want to repeat the assurances and the measures that we have instituted over the period that we are going to maintain and deepen so that we can continue to serve.
Say afide mo amahu de ekoso. Mahu de ekoso no. Minister of Communication ba no abeka say the friend said the boss of NIA nso ba no abeka be different. We see by September no. E wo say wo ye na eno krampo no. She was reluctant. No otwetwe ne nan ase say and obey the or de nani bi beka ho. Hey, eslo Usu Ghana ya odi ana. Ghana ya odi a. Say she was reluctant. Or twetwe ne nan ase as if say Ghana ya ne dia. Say Ghana for last minute. Who told you say Ghana for a last minute? Why na catch you say Ghana for a last minute? Who told you say Ghana for a last minute? Na last minute no man could ho say or mo ba be ye because woman who see a baby close to adem. Why na catch you a dear bay opportunity na de ma Ghana for ne say after say or no be ye registration ni wie ye no. What be center be on the district hall? What be center be on the area ho say mistake ba on fan ko on correct manner. Jise or the card ni free Kumase ko Accra or no nipa na akotena ka mu ansa na or the bibia ko Accra ni asesa mistake na mano. And uba be blame you were able to blame everyone and a NDC for and a way for but momo de mo anye mistake. Modie momo anye mistake. Hey, enti abai no ompese obe take responsibility one bit. Bibi ebesi wo Ghana ho bia no senya abai dada no a Ghana for. Bibi ebesi wo Ghana ho bia no enya abai dada no a Ghana for. It is a problem that was created by NDC, problem not created by Ghanaians. What are your solutions? What are your solutions in the Okazi and Tuaban Fama? The entroni akushem on and Simuna Baumia Codino as Okore Honum. Metransia na medwin ho yesi wako Zongo Development Fund B project B ewo Ashanti region Fijasia Sokore Honum no adeya Yakosi Quranic Institute na Ghana no is Muslims for dia Zongo Development Fund no yesi Fakosi Arabic Institute anase Quranic Institute wahu Jimmy se yawo yesi Cathedral yesi a friend is a Quranic Institute enti di owo Ghana ho a onko asore di owo Ghana ho no a onko nkremono wono no adwen be na mo fafa no because omunim se wa wo kwa asore no ono benya wa adwen di edi agro wa wo mosque no ono obenya wa adwen di agro but o man tem ho na e wa ye fia ka akwan papa ni ho no onko ye ka akwan no hwe omhu se Baumia eba Kumasi no a obefa airport runabout no hwe de okoye no airport omakoye no airport runabout ho na before no monhwe kwan bi Baumia ko Kumasi no e kwan bi okọ commission ye ne part no baby kura asase ti hwe e kwan na Baumia ko Kumasi enre ya yi no enne ya sebe e kwan ya okọ commission no se okoko commission with 3 hono mo a e kwan na chi no de ayeni we recently asphalted road recently asphalted road and erosion aye e kwan ne sa no recently asphalted mini anu adofo na se Baumia NPP fo a ene Ekufuado se e kwan we eye kwan a ye de akoto omo demu a omo behwe ni sei ye koka an e na bibia sha ese ye no na aban dada no ye mfa ne se NDC be sei bibia and no does not give you the chance se NDC di nsemu nti wo so bra be di nsemu no na ne o man no ye bo bra no ko ye nimu anase ye bo bra no ko ye achi Biniano, mon koso na mon like video no. Mon share na mon like video no. Nef send hearts ne sa nyoma ne nyina positive emojis no. Mon mia so ne enyi muska. Na feed ni mumie. The more you like the video, the more they open up the feed for me. Because asem no me pese de oti kumase abonten so. Oti asem na ye ka no. De oye Ghana ni no oti asem na ye ka no. Se me pese me be kasa che nipa kitu bi anka me hye me dem na mato me kunu na mada. Me pese mo se na mo boa na nsem no ameka no ekọ akiri we ni adwuma ba o me akọ Kumasi no kokọ yeye na afi me betwa airport runabout kwan no e de akyerɛ na nana jantoa de omo amono a omo mu ni bio ai nana jantoa so omo amono a omo mu ni bio mo hwɛ ekwan bi a omo ai no airport runabout.
Hi, good afternoon. So I am here back to the airport roundabout. I understand, say, when you say that Dr. Baumia Baninti you, I mean, we almost omayo, and I don't think so. Dr. Baumia Baninti no mode ebo, Ababa Biguso. Tenye so ma fail it, and then the woman say I know it's just a rush. Instead of failing it, no more just gravel to be. So the thing is not done properly, but just an emergency. A handful of funerals, the same thing, nothing has changed. Let's say go back so that you see the same thing. Yes, we are here, Jumano. And then 1st of August. I recently came here. Now, it's funny. The same thing, nothing has changed. I'm getting closer to airport. The same thing, and I make a Otumfo, Opimso, Nase, Aputobi Bre. Now, I have a car, the same thing. Omenfi, I'm getting now so that you can understand. Didn't you make us say, and then 1st August too. Recently, I came here. Asemna meka no manye. Omanye. Dr. Baumia Baninti omode gravel subi na akeka bonwa hwe otumfo. Hwe. Apotobi bre nkoa o. Apotobi bre. Ade ayese ye ho adwuma. Esanda kemi enwura na ye basa na hwe. Fountain na ye basa. Oh. Christ. All right. So let me rush. Let me call the other side. I didn't also move failing here, no man. I didn't say to. I didn't also move for see no more big to so you see, I didn't know the come and you're strong. And you're strong. So don't move the gravels and so for them to because they've not compacted it well.
Small with the air cost work, Kumasi Abontenso. Winning your my air cost work, Kumasi Abontenso. And why yet tan. Montre car kwanya ye. Samusi ye Kumasi kwan na obija airport runabout baby a etitiru for ba o man mu ye di omudi kan fa eho kwan ye. Eho na ba o me kofa wo duru ho airport ho on de yakosesa a friends chippings gravels e de aba be gu ho. Mu deceive han. Statue ye ka mention asem obi si entua taxes ma. O statue si ho ase nyina ya apotobi bre. Into people Don't people report things happen and the happenings in Kumasi to you? And once I would tell us all your in tax amount, but Otomasasi. No, o statue ase aye fi poto etre na adwemu etre panino na adwemu udu Dubai udu London na se kronim ye cleaner etre mpanyimfo o moti kronim no omo adwemu, because what you have in here is what you implement. That's it. If you don't have any fantastic plan, you cannot implement it. If you don't have any fantastic plan, you can never implement it. So babia, if you want to judge people what they have in here, judge them by the environment. Judge them. See, look at the environment and use their environment to judge them. Your environment is what people see in here. Uko Dubai, now who say Dubai where far? The thing did not fall from heaven. Some people sat down, they made conscious effort. Say, this is how we want to see our country, this is how we want our community to be like, and this is how we are going to make that dream we have perceived, what we have conceived, is the exact photo we're going to reproduce for people to see. So people looking at your environment, people seeing your environment, clearly the people are seeing what is inside your mind. What you have in your mind is what you translate into real life. You cannot implement anything you haven't conceived. You cannot. And nyama won't to me yet. Inti so hu so obi ye bibi a wadwen ho se okọ na obi bokro no a wadwen ho okọ na obi ye papa e de ama ne nua bi a wadwen ho okọ na obi bokro no a wadwen ho. So what did you process? What did you process here? Enyoma bi anipa ye no asase bia ye nyoma nipa atna se ya dwen ho. Ursula Owusu problema NIA card no registration say yeah they move from ACO ye SIM card registration no. All the problems are nyina ye nipa na adwen ho say ye bema problems we esi. Unim say you can create a window for people who want to pay to speed up certain processes no. Mo anye jiminti mo anye je krono obi buman no abegina ho say ye bosia nko an ye je edi buman a onka wo ba owo 18 years ebetimi abuman no because nipa ne ye tenenti ode oba 18 years nyansa kototo president ho ne ye kasa Kufuado agimi a na wote ho eye wo ya o pese Ursula Owusu ebie na no kache Mahama se wagimi ansa no hu se wodi Mahama atem. O pese Ursula Owusu obie na no kache Mahama se Mahama yegimi for se a sitting president buman utumi kache sitting president se ye kase bosian ye de ye o man ye dia ene o ba o 18 years ebetimi abu o man ayarefo we mu nyina nenam Ghana ho because ye omonim enkofo bi de dani ama omo position Kennedy Japan e Kennedy Japan e ka kire me say oba bia wa rise enya position e wo Ghana ho bia no the appointing no edi no ansana o man appointment Kennedy Japan ene kan ye senior ka kire Saloto say Mahama di Saloto say ansana o man position no sa na Kufuado nsusu edi Ursula Owusu ansana o man position asiafo na mugo o man ni mo Jimmy for bodam for we se mo ono no so opese obe president bodam for we kromfo o mekire ni sika na se kromfo we ono no oba na emate Ghana ho no mo ayedin because ye kan de gu obi aban ho finti na ye obi akọ ni school abeye lawyer na obi ehu ne de obetumi aye na ya appoint Charlotte say omeye EC commissioner that's a chairman electoral commission for chairman na o ba be ka say ya meyi wu nipa a wo pene de na ne Charlotte say no Mahama ekodi Charlotte say na che say Mahama de we di Ghana for man nyina inti aya na mo adwene ye adwuma baby a politics na duru no na Kennedy Japan betna radio so no wanya a whole time at the ya Mahama ekodi Charlotte say e no man the position se principle no any sa analysis no say you holding a constant dia oba bia hey Ekufuado wedi adwo asafo enunti na adwo asafo eye de oye no Ekufuado wedi Ursula Owusu enunti na o say she was reluctant or twetwe ne nan ase ansana oye dey or extend date no frima opare o say Ekufuado na appointing Ekufuado adi no mo jimi na mugu o man ni mo when Kennedy Japan ekasina ema learned women ewo man mu ho na omoti ho na omo supporto kwasi ampanyi we eti o man mu ho etimi kase judges eye agimifo ye ko kan bi kire anim ye bo ade amosi yedi natem Kennedy Japan na kire se ni sidi mpanfo atem oni Ursula Owusu say ye de bosia na ekikire o man a ono ne ba 18 years obetumi achichiro man na eche say ono ne ba 18 years no onim nyansa sen John Dramani Mahama nesi ayesa akati a o makope bro o manya bi anwe kekan kwase asem because ye petumi ntino ye nwu ne ho fi tie a friend say ironic bi a video bi a oba we ewo TikTok na me hu video no and am say me de be kan asem de a kire Ghana for tie
Tanisha wajimi wenyina mwabadam nyakopon bo mo se yame wo mo bo ntini yame wo mo utiri so no apampa so ye woye ya kanfo ni bo mo wutwem wo ho aho agi mutwa mo hwana opama bo no wanya na wo se ne ho bon e twere nko wo se utwie biom ye na nanom no mo hunu nyansa wale ntafo ntam o mo ne ni kuma se japadia esumbo entafo we ya kanfo ho a ye mu o mu fire ho ye tosini opama bo no wanya na ase no bo tani ye ni patse wa mususu nyama no mu na mo asantefo mu ni hwe entafo ana ma ye asantefo ya asantefo wonu mu na busanso ofiri hene no anka nkyerɛ
asem no na wa wi ka no se de bia me ka kyerɛ se me ka kyerɛ wo kofo be di ade no Ghana fo betimi akoka kyerɛ kofo se ono ne ba 10 years enim nyansa sen kofo te se mo hwɛ kwase anim na mo atena bomu ye hwɛ wanim no wanim ahare wo frisirim ntino yenke kan kwase asem bia ye pemfa nkyerɛ wo koka obi se wo ye tribal politics se ne ye beka mema ka kyerɛ se ye tribal politics ye beka because Ursula Owusu wo hwɛ ono fane kompe Mahama yere ne enhwe se sa ma ne mienu no hwan na nka wo be ma wuti mi no ye de ma se ko select ba kwa be kwa select me see Mahama yere Lordina ene Ursula Owusu no a all catch Mahama 2016 say ne ba 18 years eni nyansa se Mahama ye de tumi ma wa won kwase ade obeye na me see nkofo bi o ha on I say Africans citizens na ye too weak and my politicians no ekika de omo pede kire no ye mentally weak nanka we oba ni mpesua so ogina ho na e bo ni tiribu ten next time onya podium no okogina so no okasa obeka nyansasem aboafunu ye de yesika na etua oka say you were reluctant say ya o uko school or secondary schools obi a head teacher obi a headmaster na oma teki ade ne say onfa principal na ewo adwuma nu mfa nya adwuma emrehunu na me ye teacher ni that time because wo ye teacher ni na yesa na wo de be ka che okra no wo be dwane de me ka che on yesi mi misro de me ka che on wo be dwane o man nipa position o man ni mu a na o demotions adan we ye mi say ntimi me ye say onfa principles na govern adwuma no emfa nya adwuma or the unknown personal life, personal feelings and they call adwuma no. How can we develop a country like that? What they say some of the mistakes if citizens you have no right to come and tell Ghana and say you were reluctant. Abuafunu ya chichi Ghana na o papa na so ma mi gina yefa Ekufuado na edi unu ama position ti na ate na akeka mmoasem say you were reluctant to extend the date. U locus ewo Ghana o ye chichi Ghana na o position na wo Ghana we ne say ye mamutumi na amode keka nkwase asem. That's because Ghana for na ye Jimmy ye sorry 7 December and you could deal line so and ye to abama nkwase afo nti nkwase afo make keka nkwase asem fa nkire. O sorry na I di panyi atem. Panyi a wa Jimmy say ye ni na atem ne be ne dey. Ah? Panyi a watimi atena se ye Jimmy say ye ni na atem ye be ne dey. Amode mo time obeso mo mre no de ebeso na wa no he ya ebeso fe. Nini akoso ana say page na like video no. Amehwe say mo video bi ba ko bia na me pese me body chill. Ti wo kodi obi atem eduru so na ye di watem bi dia eno de mo bitim be ka se an Ghana politics ni nya atenidie ye de adwuma asem nsa munya adwuma na nipa ho ntono no je nkwasiade ekro no na mo de bo Kenny GVG issue no enya wo Ursula Owusu kro no oba kromfo emma amo ye pia mo na mo kodu politics mo krono inti muko transfer dem wa sofo no kasa chem no hwe mo anim nyina ye dwobi ai se ayi enkura koko atinsuo no ajimi na mode to ho o hwe na bi animu a president no wa hu se afi na nyansafo onyansafo ka nyansasem ediegu o mo asomo from president no to the last person or one people me hu bi da o mo ajimi ama omun kofo kanyansasem odi akere wo no na omo fight wo mo when the people are telling them we shouldn't go this way almost debi we nipa bone for say wo ka che say eme enkoye adebone ade no wen jai me anya adebone na wo te ho ti abruchi na kwasi awrade adimifuo bi te ho jimifuo bi a ono te Ghana hwe o hwe be manim unse ehia dokro no na tribalism ni free se ntino kwasi ampanyi wakoso abanche ka kire Ghana for say Ghana for no omo kasa ahoche wo no NDC for na odie obanche ne bekoso asoa wa kosi se wode bekwa wiye ahoche na Ghana for fam no wo se wo akotu banche na obekoso ado banche na akwa kosi awiye se wo so wagimi de ono oye NPP ni o ti abrochi a o share wo video no just to confuse people no ka chen so onfi abrochi o na onfa liti emeso abanche se abrochi wa hu se obi diniti aswa ade penya mesi on hwe enu ti America no enipa na ewo man nim no politician na hu se mo adimi politician no we hu se wadini enti jimidie na obeye enti ofa nipa kakra bi di bata omo ho a na omo jimi mo na enye areho said nipa das an it riasi a ubedi dia just hold you tikos wabanche. This said Juma will a bodam for a Juma. Old Nama Brutri now what time be the suit ya ubiabu unia gana nikra one in aba. One in the war bruchi crabbing who say, oh, ye day. Oh, ye bodam for. Minia, neighbor, the system ne cry say a hit up, mammy, yenam, meaning free hasi, Intiana me pesame issue, sa upswing. Mammy, ye messa bassia, and a me what time or powerful quasasem. Neighbor, me ba messa by life CA, because me phone, I said, yeah, system ne man ye a hitika crown. Miss